It says show that root 180 minus 2 root 5 over 5 root 5 minus 5 can be written in the form a plus root 5 over b, where a and b are integers. So this is question 20 of an exam. We know questions are like 23, 24 questions long. This is towards the end. This is a hard question, right? What do we do, guys? They've told us that we've got this here, and apparently it can be written as something like that, which looks a bit simpler. What do we think must have happened? Well, again, we must rationalize, isn't it? Yeah. So what I've got here, I've got root 180 minus 2 root 5 over 5 root 5 minus 5, right? And then we're going to times top and bottom. Can somebody remember what I times top and bottom by when I get a question like this? Close, close. So it's close to the denominator. 5 root 5, 5, 5 root 5, 5. What goes here instead of a minus, guys? Thank you very much. Tell me it's a plus. Yeah, so plus there, plus there. Okay. Whenever you're doing these types of rationalizations, you always multiply by the opposite sign. So the same thing, but you change the sign because essentially when you expand it, they cancel out, right? So what I'm going to do first, though, is that root 180, right? I'm going to change that. Yeah. So I've got the square root of 180. I want to simplify this first, right? So what can I use, guys? Remember, let's do factors. We've got 18 times 10. What else do we got? We've got 90 times by 2. What else do we have, guys? What would be the biggest square number that I can choose here, do you guys think? We could do, no, we can't do that to be fair. Divide that by 2. We got 9 times by 20. Is that it? Must be a bigger one. 36. What are we thinking, guys? Which factor are we using? Just to simplify this a bit more. Exactly. Well done, Sabri. What you could do is you could double that. If I double that 18, I get 36. But then that would mean I have to divide by the 10. So this is another cool, quick trick that you can use to get other factors. Yeah. 36 is a square number. So we can actually write this as root 180 is equal to root 36 times by 5, which is root 36, root 5, which is the square root of 36 is 6, so 6 root 5. So what that means is that I can actually write the numerator as 6 root 5 minus 2 root 5, right? Which is equal to 4 root 5. And that is very, very helpful because that does a lot of work for us, doesn't it? Let me move this down here. Move this down here. So it's actually just 4 root 5 over 5 root 5 minus 5 times by 5 root 5 plus 5 over 5 root 5 plus 5. Do you guys agree? Does that make sense? Yeah. And then now it's just a matter of simplifying top and bottom. Yeah. So let's simplify or let's expand top and bottom. Yeah. So we'll do the top first. So 4 root 5 times 5 root 5. Let's do the numbers first. So 4 times 5 is what, guys? That's 20. That's 20 over there. And then, guys, what is root 5 times root 5? What's root 5 times root 5 equal to, guys? Exactly. Well done, guys. That's just the 5, isn't it? Well done, guys. Brilliant. So that's just 20 times by 5, like that. I'll put it like that for now, just so it's super clear what I've done there. Yeah. And then the next one is just 4 root 5 times by 5, right? If I do 4 root 5 times by 5, the 4 and the 5 make 20. That's going to be 20 root 5. Is everybody happy with that just before I continue? Yeah. Good stuff. Brilliant. So now, the numerator, well, 20 times by 5 is 100. That's 100 plus 20 root 5, like that. And then the denominator, let's do that. So I've got 5 root 5 times 5 root 5. Again, let's do it bit by bit, just so we don't make mistakes. We know that 5 times 5, that's 25. That goes there. And then we've seen this already. We know what root 5 times root 5 is. Root 5, sorry, I'll do it in green. Root 5 times root 5, we know is 5. So it's 25 times by 5, like that. That's how you should always do these questions, just so you don't make a mistake. And then the next one is going to be 5 root 5 times a positive 5. That's going to be a 25 root 5. Then this one is going to be the same thing but negative because of that minus 25 root 5. And then we've got minus 5 times by 5, which is minus 25. So let me just move this a bit to the side, just so I've got room. And then let me just extend that so we get that there. And that's going to be minus 25, and that's going to equal that. Is everybody happy with that? Well, that doesn't look good. 100 plus 20 root 5, yeah? Do we agree with that, guys? Does that make sense? Yeah. So now we've got 100, well, I was about to say 100. That's 125. And then what do we have here, guys? What happens to these two? Yeah, they cancel, don't they? They're always going to cancel. That's the whole reason why we do the opposite sign. So we have a positive and a negative. They cancel, and then we're minusing 25. So therefore, it's 100 plus 20 root 5 over 100, right? Now let's look at the form that they wanted in. They wanted it like that. They wanted A plus root 5 over B. So we have one fraction. They've got a term and a fraction. Well, how does that happen? What do we do from here? Yeah, we have to separate this. Remember, we have the same denominator. We have the denominator. We've got a sum on the top. We can split it like this. Do you guys agree? 100 over 100 plus 20 root 5 divided by 100. Do you guys agree? Are we allowed to do that? For sure. For sure. Right? 100 divided by 100, that's just one. Right? And then 20 over 100, how many times 20 go to 20? Goes in once. 20 goes into 100 5 times. So it's 1 root 5 divided by 5. 1 root 5 is just the same as root 5. So therefore, if we look at that format, it's in the exact same format now. A is equal to 1, B is equal to 5. And that is our answer. 1 plus root 5 divided by 5. Does that make sense, guys?